Happy Friday, happy Free Form Friday on the Teacher's Wake Up Call. I'm Madame la Prof. Yes, I know I did not post for the past week and a bit. That's because, and there's students outside, so I have to be mindful about how loud I can be. I haven't posted because I had stuff going on, one way of putting it, and I was a bit under the weather. Another way of putting it, but like I'm not the only one in this building. In every school, it will always happen that a teacher is going to say, "Hey, there's something going around." Staff will say that, teachers will say that, admin will say that there's something going around. I don't know what this something is, and if it has been going around, but I caught a something, and I was unwell. And I'm still not 100%, but I'm getting better. At least now, the food can stay in me. And that's as descriptive as I will get because, TMI. So, Freeform Friday, what does that mean? Is that I'm going to talk about anything I want. I have no structure. I do talk about anything I want on this channel. It's not like I'm restricting myself to one specific topic, but Halloween was yesterday. That's one thing that I want to talk about. So, I did not get, despite the very balmy weather, I don't know about where you live, but in Montreal, there was a humidex factor. It felt like a solid 27 degrees. Which is unheard of at the end of October, ever. In my entire life, all 41 years of my life, I've never experienced a warm Halloween like that. I remember Halloweens where I would have this lovely princess costume that no one would see because my mom would make me wear that winter jacket. That's the kind of Halloween I remember. Now, I remember 2008, approximately. I remember a Halloween being warm-ish, but it did not break 20 degrees. It was maybe like 15, 16 degrees, and I remember it being that way because I was dressed as a blue fairy with a long dress. I was repurposing a ball gown that I had, and I wasn't wearing any tights underneath because it was that warm. So, but yesterday was unheard of. Yesterday, it was 24 degrees would feel like 27. And I got no one. No one came by. I would figure because it was so nice out, more people would come out. But no one. Unless people are very specific now as to where they decide to go to get candy. Is it because, I can't say it's because I live on a cul-de-sac because there are other cul-de-sacs that get tons of kids. But maybe where I am in relation to where all the kids live, maybe that's why they're not coming. So I think we barely got 50 kids. Just nothing. It's nothing. Last year we had way more. Last year, and it was cooler, much cooler. We had way more, and it was disappointing. I spent a solid 2.5 hours outside because the kids in my neck of the woods, they usually start around 5:30, 6 o'clock. Some of the younger kids start around that time when there's still some light out. And usually around 7 o'clock, the street is teeming, packed with people. And this year there was barely anyone. And I wasn't the only one to think that. The neighbors were saying that too. So, yeah, it was a bit of a letdown. I was not disappointed with my costume, however. If you follow me on my other social media accounts, not just YouTube, I dressed up, I cosplayed as Sukuna from Jujutsu Kaisen. Now, I know a lot of people some people, some folks don't watch anime. Do yourself a favor, look him up. Sukuna Ryomen from Jujutsu Kaisen. He's the big bad guy. And as one kid pointed out, yes, you could also say I was dressed up as the main character, Itadori. And if you watch the series, you know that was a clever remark. I was surprised to see that there weren't a whole lot of kids dressed up as anime characters. Now, I'm not saying that all kids should be watching anime, but I guess it's an indication of the clientele, the type of students that we have here. Anime is not their thing, which is totally fine. But those who do watch anime and saw my costume, they gave me props. So I was very happy, very, very happy about that. That was my highlight. So, and yeah, so Halloween was yesterday, which means November 1st. Don't want to say it's the beginning of the end, but people have this weird, don't want to say attachment, perception, misconception of November. And some researchers have said that there are more cases of seasonal depression or maladjustments, I don't know how you want to officially call it, around November because it gets darker, there's less sunlight, and the weather is not as positive. I don't like that word because I remember certain Novembers where it's been very sunny, bright, crisp, cool, but I also remember certain Novembers where, okay, can we get more rain? I don't want any more rain. Very gray, very rainy. I think it's a mindset. I'm not saying that people who deal with depression is, it is very real. Having gone through mental health issues myself, but at the same time, it's important to create a routine, a structure, and there are many things that you can do to improve and get the help. And this is not just me saying this. This is proven by research that you can overcome this. I like November because it's not as hot. Although after yesterday and the day before, I don't want any more 20 plus days. It's a bit disconcerting, especially in November. I like my white Christmases. And when I see days like we had, yesterday and the day before, kind of makes me wonder if white Christmases in the province of Quebec are a thing of the past. Je vais juste dire. Okay? So what else did I want to talk about on this Freeform Friday? I've got only 8 minutes left. Haha, not 8 minutes. I have talked for 8 minutes. I don't want to talk for 16 minutes. I don't want to monopolize your time. Oh yes, I started officially Japanese classes. My husband and I enrolled in Japanese classes offered by a local college, and it's consolidating a lot of things that I learned on Duolingo. Now, I'm not here to poo-poo Duolingo. Duolingo is good to a certain extent, but if you want to progress, you can't just stick with Duolingo. If you're expecting to have full-on conversations with people in their native tongue, I don't know if Duolingo will be great. For instance, I often take a look at French on Duolingo, and there are a lot of little details in Duolingo that, folks don't say that. But I'm happy that after spending 2 years learning Japanese on Duolingo, I'm finally taking classes, and it's going really, really well. I can't really have a full-on conversation, but I can express myself fairly well. I think I'm doing great. And it's a non-credited class, so it's not like I'm going to get a grade. So I'm really happy, and I'm hoping that there will be a level 2 because I would like to progress. I would like to progress and say like, okay, I can put Duolingo aside now and do something a bit more formally. So yeah, so I hope you have yourselves a lovely Friday. And now there is actually someone coming into the staff room. Have yourselves a lovely weekend.